Hello, everybody, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Nick Wisniewski, along with Kevin, the Mayor Bryant. We are not a part of the Rhythm Rats. We are here at Huron High School for Huron taking on Skyline. Kev, what are the game tonight going to be looking like?
Well, with the Rhythm Rats marching band behind us, no other place the River Rats would rather be. We got two teams here on our Game of the Week that basically mirror each other on their season. Started off on good home field wins, and then the ship's kind of been sinking the last 2 weeks. So for this game, we're going to see who really wants it most, and they will come out with the dub tonight.
The old who wants it more, the Rats have got home field advantage. Stick around, kickoff coming up right after this.
The band is under the direction of Robert X. Neverico Rodriguez.
And here we go, everybody. As you can see from the expertly crafted graphic, Eagles at the River Rats. As we fade into the field here shortly, you will be looking down on a beautiful Friday night in Washtenaw County on the banks of the Huron River. Once again, I'm Nick Wisniewski along with Kevin Bryant. River Rats looking to kick off here.
Are we into the extra summer? Are we in extra innings this summer?
Yes, bonus summer.
I love this.
You're paying for this.
Oh, you're saying we're going to pay for this?
Well, that's that might be true too. That might be true too.
Well, now when we start talking about these two teams, Nick, you got to start with this sideline on the away squad. Broderick Smith, he is the dean of coaches in Ann Arbor. He is actually a man that's coached Huron. You know, so he definitely knows both squads very well inside out.
Right, he knows what to expect, and as you mentioned, he's been around the block, right? So he's all about the mentoring young players, mentoring players all around. He's got that background in him, and yeah, he's talking to him this week. He's pretty happy where his squad is at. You know, if you go back, you go to MHSAA.com, you look at the numbers of some of their games, they might look one way, but we were talking before the game, you told me, looking at the tape, might not have been quite the game, that a little closer than you would have thought. He told me the same.
Well, especially even last week, how they came back against Monroe, being down, spotted them really 20 points, and they're coming back and just ran out of clock time to really finish off that game at home. So, I mean, both of these squads have played similar schedules, as I mentioned in the open. So I'm really anxious to see two evenly matched teams, how it plays out today.
Yeah, both coaches bemoaned mental mistakes so far in these first three games, and that'll be the trick for both teams to try to clean those up, or who does a better job of cleaning it up. Like you said, who wants it more? It's just who keeps the straighter mindset as this one goes through. And a little bit of a breeze. We were talking about the breeze up here as well, blowing our papers around, and apparently swirling around down on the field a bit as well.
Nice crowd out here tonight for this game, as you would expect with this kind of weather.
Here we go.
Yeah, perfect football weather. That breeze is definitely going to be a factor. Big Henniger getting ready to kick this one away. Eagles have got two men deep. Van Henniger high end over end. Received at about the 15-yard line, goes north-south up the gut, gets to the 32-yard line roughly, and as someone that is so pro north-south, I think that is a really nice textbook example of what you can get if you just muscle forward as opposed to trying to get cute, go outside.
Yeah, and Andre Neal was a big play guy last week against Saline, taking it to the house, 93 yards, sans a flag on the play, so it came back. But he is definitely one of the explosive receivers that the Eagles will deploy. Now they'll come out with a one set running back, 3 wide. Sometimes they'll even put in 2 tight ends. So a lot going on for this new quarterback, Isaac Skidson.
And they're up front to try to run left. Starkweather there brought down. Gets about a yard for his efforts.
Yeah, Starkweather's a guy you'll see here on the play coming in on that jet sweep. I want to see him keep that ball in the outside, Nick. He kept it on. He turned it into the inside. That's where the players on the defense are at. And he let down on the gas pedal there. You see him try to cut up?
Yeah, I think the turnaround there was not what probably not what Coach Smith wants.
No, he didn't catch that edge. You know, on the jet sweep, you want to keep your speed going so you can break containment. Got a quick whistle here for some uniform infractions. Yeah, that should be a flag. Last week when Skyline was playing against Saline, there was a flag on a very similar play. That's why I say that.
Eagles now another handoff going right there. That's
Good
Mickey.
positive yard.
Yep. Coach had a lot of good things to say about Mickey.
And Mickey's a big kid. I mean, that's not a small running back. He will lean on you. In a couple of the games I saw, even against that Monroe, he had some really big, nice runs where he is not afraid to, let's just say, use that truck button if you're playing Madden. He goes right through you.
Third and a long 8 upcoming for the Eagles now. Quick pass looking out, trying to find his man, Andre Neal, who you mentioned already.
Yeah, and Skidson, it looks like he kind of rushed that play. Didn't have a concrete grasp of the ball. You see, he didn't have the laces. You can see he tried to spin it around and catch the laces on that replay. Just didn't have them there.
Quick ones for the Eagles. They'll come back and punt this one away.
So get defensive stop there for the River Rats. You never want to have your opponent come out on your field and get a first down. Oh, look at this, Nick.
And that was a high snap brought down, but he turned that into a real positive. And as soon as you said that, you never want to see that sort of thing happen. Great heads-up play by Jude Carlson. However, there might be some laundry on the field.
Oh, my goodness. And that's just with Coach Thomas. You can see, I mean, it's Coach Smith. He's walking out there, gives some dap, but it looks like this penalty may be on. It looks like they were talking to the Huron sideline for a sideline infraction, possibly, Nick.
And I'm curious what that entirely would entail. Was there players on the field? You can see that high snap to start, but a great job by Carlson. Look at that one-hander.
I love the ups, too, there. And the smarts. He knew exactly what he needed to do. Take the ball upfield. No hesitation in that as well.
Maybe hand off to him on this drive.
Why
Let him
not?
keep
He
going.
showed
He's
some
already
athletic
training.
ability, didn't he?
Yeah, he might be trying out for wideout. He's like, this kicking thing is pretty fun, don't get me wrong, but look what I can do, Coach.
Well, just what you were saying, what Coach Smith was wanting, get off to a good start, and that's exactly what this play will happen, will play out for the Eagles.
We talked about bonus summer. This is bonus plays here for the Eagles. Another handoff to Neal. Neal dodges one man, stays on his feet before being brought down at the 50. Neal ran a long ways to get those 5-6 yards.
Well, you can see why he's a returner on these kind of moves. Look at how he gets through traffic, and he is shifty, to say the least. He makes some decisive cuts there, keeps his balance. I don't know how he did that. I pulled a hammy just watching him.
And Coach Smith had great things to say about Neal's. To quote him, he is electric, and we're already starting to see a little bit of that. He said he's got great rapport with his quarterback, and those two like throwing to each other.
And one thing when you say that, Skidson is not afraid to throw up the seam. So watch that on some of these pass plays.
And here we got a whole mess of dudes falling forward, but that's going to be some bonus yardage or some extra yardage there for the Eagles.
And you know, Nick, I really, we do a great job of pointing out the ball carriers. Let's go through this offensive line. 77. That is going to be Sager. We talked about him last year. 51 is in right now. Wilson, I believe, at left guard. Or is that going to be 70? Number 70 is in actually at left guard. They moved some of these linemen around, but it's those hog mollies up front that are really opening up holes for the Eagles running backs.
Scads another handoff to Mickey. Mickey, right guard run right up the gut, and the Eagles appear to have a first down on that one, and now maybe their offense is clicking a little bit. Get a little bit of that momentum going early on.
And it all started off on that jet sweep to get you 6 yards on first down, so then you got a second and whatever you want to do in the playbook. So you keep it on the ground, and now you're in River Rat territory, and now that energy that we talked about is really picking up on the Eagles sideline.
Well, yeah, you've got to feel like the wind was really kicked out of the sails of the River Rats after that return punt. That muffed punt that got returned. There's Neal one more time, coming up with a nice sliding catch. Great ball placement where only Neal's going to be able to catch that, slid down mid-catch.
And this is a first-year varsity player. Watch how poised he is and quiet feet in the pocket for the QB. Just a nice toss, a little behind the player, but I love the spiral on the ball. And again, a lot of players or quarterbacks or offensive coordinators at this stage, they like to throw the deep ball, right? They like to just heave it down. I love it when you can manipulate the hash marks, go right up and down the field.
Yeah, and a nice balance of run versus pass so far for the Eagles as well. All right, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. They'll be scrimmaging from the 35. Low snap, hand RPO with Mickey. Mickey held on to that one, falls forward, gets a few.
Yeah, and I still, another old school thing. Each time after the play, the quarterback has to run to the sideline to get the play. No stealing signs coming over here. So I love the way that Coach Smith is really building up this program from the ground up. You can see year after year the improvement of this program, especially on this drive. And
that's really the word, right? We talk about all the time, program. This isn't just a team. This is something he's trying to build. And once he gets all of his philosophies in, then it's just plug and play from then on.
This is a shot. This got to be a shot. Oh, wow.
Scads into Mickey. Mickey cuts outside before being brought down right along the edge, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, you're in 4-down territory, so I don't mind that run there, but this is one of the options that you're going to see out of the Eagles. They're going to throw the ball. They got a good quarterback. And you look at the way the defense is set up for Huron, one high safety that is playing only 8 yards off the ball. I would try to test him.
And that is actually a really good look by Mickey there. He went to look towards the middle, look to that A gap, and he saw that linebacker coming in, cutting him off, and he immediately went to the outside, so that's a smart run. Scads him now. We got a lot of whistles and some flags on the play. You seem to think that's going to be a false start on the offense.
No, and I'm completely wrong as always, and that is right on the defense. Let's see, this last pass play here. Or is this that last run that you were talking about? This is that last pass play. And we'll get back to that one, right?
Yeah, we'll come back to that. No big deal. Just a little RPO action. We all saw it. We were there. 3rd and 4 now. Scasm got all sorts of plays in the playbook to work with.
And like I said, I think this is 2-down territory.
Scasm back, looks, fakes, but he's doing his best to avoid all of those rats coming in on him, and there were quite a few dudes back there.
Yeah, and that was a high tackle coming in, and Scatson, that is a coverage sack. Good job by the Huron defense. He went to his first target, not there, and you can see somebody. Neal was right there in your picture, but there was somebody off camera that was shadowing him, and it looked like that was Asa Coakley that was shadowing him off screen there for the Huron defense. Either way, it's going to be 4th down, and like I was saying, this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, 4th and 9. Be interested to see what they draw up here, if there'll be any sort of play action.
Well, you got a quarterback that can beat you with his legs and his arms, so might want to see him get out of the pocket. They missed a false start on that play, Nick.
Scatson gets away from one would-be tackler, throws up into double coverage. Neal cannot come down with that one, though.
Awesome play by Darrell Smith coming in to DB, breaks that one up at the last second. Man, if we see this play again at the beginning, 77, Stager kind of moves a little bit early. Watch the top of the screen. We saw it a little earlier than that. But then as he gets outside on the move, throws a good ball up for his receiver and scats him. That's where I'd like to see you do.
I mean, that's a great throw. Neal goes up. He had hands on it. There's just not much you can do when you're throwing it in double coverage, and you've got two guys ripping that ball away.
And it's a fourth down play, so, hey, you put it down there, and you might get a penalty. You never know what could happen, right?
Or even if it gets picked that far down there, that's like a short punt.
It's a short punt.
Yep. All right, the Rats moving on to the offensive side of things now. 5:41 to go in this first quarter. First time we'll see the Rats on offense. Looks like it's Blake Deskovitz under center, not under center, but you know what I mean.
In the QB, I believe that's who's playing QB for the River Rats.
It's a big kid, Deskovitz.
He's got size for a quarterback, right? He's listed as tight end, so. And you were telling me before the game that the quarterback we were expecting to see is out for some reasons outside of playing, but Brandon Willis will not be on the field tonight for the River Rats.
Yeah, like you mentioned with Deskovitz, he went right over. He didn't just kind of go halfway over to the goal or get the sideline. He was all the way over there. He's surrounded by three men in that backfield. Handoff left. And that's nearly going to be a first down.
Yeah, and that was a good run right up the middle by Fields. And, you know, playing North and South football through the A-gap is what Huron looks like they're trying to do tonight, play big man ball.
Yeah, the Rats have talked about no mental mistakes. They want to try to prevent any sort of holding penalties or any penalties that are going to hurt themselves in any meaningful way.
And looks like number 2's man at quarterback, who we expected, Demarius Hudson now. He's doing what you like. He's going under center.
Under center, baby. A rare look in high school sports. Hands that one right back to, I believe that was Botchnick. No, my fault, Cassara.
Short game by Cassara. That time it looks like, I don't know how often or frequent the River Rats want to run directly into Wormsley. Watch this. Watch how he just slows the this is I'm gonna age myself. This is Jerry Ballish. He doesn't move. I mean, you can push him, you can shove him.
It was only a matter of time before we talked about him. 375 pounds on that line, D tackle. You can't teach size like that, and that's a rip down move right there. No go, Jaden Barents.
Carradine coming in flying. Quentin Carradine, the linebacker, the junior, flying in and just taking care of the River Rat ball carrier before he could turn north and south. Watch this tackle, Nick. And without the gloves, I mean, he has sticky hands.
Yeah, that's a great job of getting that first hand in there, getting those fingers wrapped around that jersey, and just letting his momentum pull him all the way down. Textbook tackle there by the Eagles.
Now, this is a third down with the backup quarterback in. You would expect pressure to come from the Eagles.
3rd and 12 upcoming right here. Hudson from the shotgun. Scrambling left. He's got a man upfield, but he's triple covered. That was wide left there to Angelo Rivera.
Yeah, good pressure put in on the play by Titus Reed. He got right into the quarterback's face, causing that pass to be higher than he intended. But again, when you got a backup QB in, and actually that was number 6, so that's the third quarterback we saw on that. Oh, I'm sorry, that was number 2. But you can see receiver open on the play, just by the defense causing that rush, just errant pass.
Yeah, he went going. I mean, we talk about the difficulty of that. You see it in college and the pros, how those guys skate left and then throw right, but that is not an easy pass to make.
Difficult.
4th and long now, Rats in the punting formation. Nice drop kick punt, high spiral. That's going to bounce right up to Neal. Neal takes it off of one, makes the first man miss before going out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
I'm telling you, he's exciting. He's lightning in a bottle. I mean, and you can tell even the crowd knows it's going to happen when he gets his fingers on the ball. You heard a swell of people. Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, he made 10 yards look pretty easy. He gained that 10 yards quickly.
That's what I'm saying. These Eagles, they're not the Eagles we've seen over the last couple of years. They're a sound team. And watching them on tape, that really jumped out to me that everybody was involved. The sideline, there's no one that is disinterested in what's going on. Everybody's involved in the play, even if they're not on the field.
And that brings up Coach Speak 101, buying in. Right? Everybody's into it. Everybody has bought into the philosophy, the mentality, and this coach is doing a good job of motivating them the proper way. 3 wide there. Skadson still goes to Mickey. Mickey brought down in the backfield at the 35. Outstanding tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a great job of getting and breaking the line of scrimmage by the defense on the top side. I believe that was 55 coming in here. Yeah, look and see how he just smashes that the offensive lineman coming in and making the play was Aaron Werner. I mean, just a great job of the tackle, too.
Yeah, Wiener did a great job of just absorbing that first hit and then just bouncing right off, never looking away from his man, never taking his eyes off of that man. 2nd and 15 now, 2:10 to go here in this first quarter as the sun slowly sets. We've got whistles, timeout River Rats. That'll give everybody a chance to catch their breath and maybe figure out best defensive setup moving out here for what the Eagles have done so far.
And it had to be an alignment issue with the Huron defense because that was a quick timeout, and whoever that coach was on the sideline, not sure who it was there, but was very upset about who was not in position there on the field.
Always in position, though. CTN's game of the week. We are at September 19th right now, but we've got a whole mess of football.
Did we do Pioneer Huron last year?
I don't know. We were talking about that. Like, I don't know what I was doing for breakfast. I don't remember what I had for lunch, dude. And you're going to talk to me about 12 months ago? Are you kidding me right now? So, yeah, lots of football coming up for you. Pepper in a little field hockey, get some soccer as well. 2 really solid squads on the soccer pitch. And looking forward to all these games.
Well, the next 3 weeks, the next 3 games that we're covering, Nick, we'll be able to tell you, are we allowing Skyline in the Ted Heisel Bowl game yet? I mean, because it's city championship time now.
Right.
So, I mean, we got to put, make it all fair. We got 3 schools now that are fighting for it, and we got a lot of people fighting for, giving us thumbs up, right?
Hopefully they're lining up to smash the old like and follow buttons. Eagle, quick snap, nice throw over to Neal. Neal makes a move up into the middle, ends up getting brought down. And I'll say something else about Neal is he is strong on his feet. He doesn't look like the biggest kid out there, but that was he was grappled at that about the 45-yard line and took it all the way to 50.
And watch the pass there. You see how the quarterback doesn't throw it down the line of scrimmage. He threw where the receiver was going to and led him, so you get that energy and the momentum going upfield that helped Neal out make those plays and make people miss. Love that type of action from both quarterback and receiver.
Great rapport between QB and receiver between these two. We see that. 3rd and short now for the Eagles. Man in motion going left. Handoff Mickey. Mickey gets it. Tries to get around that corner. Falls forward. Let's see where the officials are going to spot that one. Looks like he got it, though.
I think so, and I really like the call, too, on 3rd down and short. Run the ball. I'm not a big fan out of the gun run, but it did produce a first down. And when you got a big back like the Eagles do right now, lean on them.
Yeah, everything's out of the gun, man. That's just how it goes. That's where football's at in 2025, as we know. Eagles scrimmaging 1st and 10. Speaking of shotgun. Let's get some hands off to another big back there. That's TJ Dreck. Is that right?
Yeah, is that? Let's take a look at this one again. And, yeah, that's a big back there. I mean, coming in. Dretch, I mean, he's a linebacker, and he is a Go ahead.
Freshman.
I can't
the
believe it
number
either.
9 is
I can't
right
believe
next
it.
to him. Couldn't believe that. That's a
But
that's a
you know,
big kid.
some of the Nick, they can play both ways. Actually, we got some help up here in the booth now. He's
About
junior.
time.
Yeah, I know. They're listening to our cries. But, yeah, that's a junior on that run. But I love the way that they can mix it up and keep the ball on the ground going north and south.
Yeah, switch things up, give that defense different looks. And there's another look over to Neal, and I wonder if he was moving his feet a little too fast before he brought that one into the breadbasket.
And Neal is pushing as we end the first quarter. He's tapping his chest that was all on him. You can see the ball come right through his fingertips. Easy pitch and catch there. And he had some room, too, because he had a blocker coming out where he could have cut that one up and maybe made some hay.
And that's how we will end the first quarter here at Riverbank Stadium. Nothing right now, but stick around. Something's got to give on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Welcome to Burns Park, another of Ann Arbor's most beloved neighborhood parks, just south of downtown and full of opportunities for play, relaxation, and community connection. This 15-acre green space is surrounded by mature trees and follows the curve of an old horse racetrack, offering something for everyone in every season. Enjoy 3 tennis courts and 2 dedicated pickleball courts, all set alongside a beautifully maintained rain garden. Rain gardens help manage stormwater and bring native plants and pollinators to the park. Burns Park is a hub for Ann Arbor Rec and Ed sports, with open fields for soccer and football, baseball diamonds, and a basketball court ready for pickup games. Try your hand at petanque, cool off at the drinking fountains, or relax under the trees at one of many different picnic tables. At the southeast corner, you'll find the Ann Arbor Senior Center, offering programs and events for older adults. In winter, residents can stop by for a free sand and salt mix, helping keep local sidewalks safe. Accessible by foot, bike, or car, the park includes multiple parking areas, including spaces for people with disabilities. Whether you're here to play, stroll, or simply enjoy the outdoors, Burns Park is where Ann Arbor gathers. Come and visit. There's always something happening at Burns Park.
Are you looking to get the most out of your camera, cell phone, or some other cool toy? Are you looking to take your lens to the next level in terms of technical knowledge and framing? If this looks like something you'd be interested in, contact CTN.
And here we are, back start of the second quarter here. Eagles driving down the field, and we misrepresented who made that last run.
Who was that?
We call it TJ Dretch. That is not a freshman.
He's got years to come.
That's our old friend Aiden Schlecht. Like we've seen him for years out here, and honestly, we should have known just the way his size and the way he was running the ball. Very capable back, very capable player all around, and that one just over Neal's head, but Angelo Rivera, nice job jumping up and getting a hand on that as well. Well played defensively from that DB.
Yeah, Rivera comes up, but look at the placement on the throw. Again, this is one of the most difficult throws for a quarterback, the deep flag, and, you know, that is great defense because if not, that's a catch.
And Rivera's got a lot of size on Neal, it seemed like, but just expertly played, really athletic play to jump up, get his hand in there, knock that one away. 4th and 10 upcoming now for the Eagles. Just on their own side of the 50. Maybe some shenanigans? If they want some Ted Heisel love, maybe they got to have some shenanigans. That was nearly in and blocked.
That's not a flag?
No flag on that play.
That's not a flag? I mean, he got taken out by 2 players as his foot was in the air. The kicker gets up, and he looks at the official. Look at Jude Carlson here. Jude, he's taking his time. But after the kick, He's got two guys that one jumped in the air and fell on him, and another guy came low onto him. Let's see if we can see it from this angle. Over the blocker. He definitely put two hands to land on the kicker. Man, look at all these angles we have.
Angles on top of angles. And I'll wonder if they'll say that there was a block in front of him, especially the player that jumped in the air. He caught that blocker in front of him. They could say he was redirected. Would be my thought. Whether he was or not.
Could be. And you know, Coach Smith said these officials are learning just like everybody else. So it's young in the season. Very diplomatic of him.
Yes, definitely. Definitely from Coach Smith saying something similar to that, I'm sure. Handoff to the right, and that's a full head of steam moseying up for the first down there. Barents one more time.
Yeah, Barents is really running hard through the hole here. Not a lot of space, but he is really picking his steps up and going down the field. Great blocking by everybody in those green jerseys.
And you know something else I liked about that Barents run there? He protected that football like he had a child under both those arms. Two hands going the whole way and bent over it. Textbook fundamental run right there by Barents.
Maybe we'll get from midfield. This game has been played between the 40s.
I mean, I'm not complaining. It's right in front of us. I don't have to stick my head out the window and twist around. And
well, we did say that these both teams are pretty evenly matched as well, too.
We did say that. Yeah, purely selfishly, if this is played between the 40s, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, spoken like a guy with titanium in his neck. I agree. Good defense there again, coming in and just smothering that ball carrier before he could really get going.
Yeah, Barents couldn't avoid that first tackle off the line, and he got brought down just a little bit behind. So we're looking at 2nd and 12 now, River Rats.
You know, I'm noticing both teams have different helmets on than we've seen recently. Yeah,
the Rats, they've got those
numbers,
dark helmets, black presumably, and the numbers on top of them. Would you call that those TV numbers? Is that what they would say?
I'm not sure, because usually when you got decals like that, you put them in the back of your helmet. That play there was blown up by defense, and when you have a backup QB in, this is a lot of action for him because he's trying to do the play action and get rid of the ball really quick with the blitzer in your face. So I just don't know if that's possible.
And that was a big hit leveled by the Eagles there. That's exactly what you want. You want your guy coming in, helmet down, put it right on the hips there, and make that quarterback feel it.
Coach Love is just rotating quarterbacks in and out, and now you got a Hudson back in under center. And I wonder, is Hudson your throwing quarterback? Even though we saw a pass right there from 11, Hudson just seems to be more of the throwing QB.
With 3rd and long, that would appear to be the case. He's got 2 men out. He's got a man curling back over to him on his right, but he seemed to check down and go to number 32 on that toss.
And it looked like they were trying to set up a little screen play on that pass. And this is when you're switching so many players, and he's wide open. It looks like there was 2 players in the vicinity on that play.
And yeah, Smith curled in as well. If they were looking for that type of play, I'm not sure exactly if he didn't see Smith or Smith was moving in to that screen position a little too slow for his liking.
You got me. And you got me as the next QB looking at that play, because you throw it to the first open guy, and the first open guy was the guy on the outside, Smith.
Nonetheless, Rats back ready to punt the ball away. Deacon Bochnick there. Real high, not terribly far, but good enough. Somebody went and punched that away. Was that a Rat?
Yeah, he's playing a little kickball down there, but I tell you, good for you, Nick, because, again, the ball's at the 40.
Not complaining. Not complaining. 10-24
I got that Rhythm Rat
here.
band coming down those stairs. What's the over-under on how many times I'm going to say that?
Rhythm Rats? I mean, I'm down. I told you. I think that's brilliant rebranding.
I like
They're
it.
a quality squad. We were down next to the tubas before the game. I mean, you love the tuba players because those folks are in shape.
Gotta be. And you know what? They have some of the shiniest horns out there.
Right you are. Yeah, you can see them just glinting
man.
from across the field. Eagles going to give it another go on offense here now.
And each time they're starting off with runs. They're getting good job on first down, but then they're slowing down on second and third of the Eagles.
Well, they're just waiting for Neal to bust something big, I think. There's Mickey one more time.
Suleiman getting into the backfield and making a play, number 11, just before, again, the Eagles could get anything going with Mickey. And you can see Mickey is one of those runners. He likes the ball in one hand. He keeps it in that hand, and that must be his strong hand because he's not putting it to the outside.
Yeah, and as a coach, that probably makes you a little twitchy, especially when you're moving right in the way that they have been. But if that's his comfort level, that's where he's going to be at.
Looks like another whistle for a check on the uniform, and they're looking like they're looking at the knee pads of number 12 now, Darrell Smith. Before it was looking at his back plate. At some point, they're going to ask him to put his uniform on before he gets on the field.
Quick handoff to Mickey. Scrum ensues, but no forward motion for the Eagles.
This is like a chess match going on right now. Yeah, that's hey, can you pull those down? Because it is an infraction. In college, you can wear shorts now. I mean, basically, if I was playing football, I'm going at your knees. But, I mean, if high school, you got to cover up your knee pads. They put them out there on the uniform for a reason. It's not to look cute.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what it comes down to. That's player safety, and they don't want anybody getting hurt out there. Skanson now rolling right, looking for anybody, but he's got a lot of River Rats in his way until someone steps up. That's number 1, Angelo Rivera. He was the one that made that play previously, and that's a takeaway for the Rats.
Yeah, that's a play right there, and you see Coach Smith on the sideline giving his quarterback the old hard slap on the hiney, like, throw this one away. There's nothing really there. He really tried to force it in there to Neal, and that's a ball that a young quarterback's always going to toss, Nick.
Yeah, and especially when we talked about how closely those two players work together, how they do have that rapport, and you might be making some poor decisions because that's my boy down there. He's going to help me out, right?
Yeah.
There he is.
But
so there might be a little bit of that mentality there.
But that's exactly what the River Rats needed. No kind of emotion, no kind of momentum going on their sideline. Maybe the first turnover of the game will spark some life for the Rats.
8:46 to go now. Let's see who we've got QBing for the Rats. Hudson.
Are you sure?
No. He's got a man behind him and a man immediately to his right. Hudson handoff there, but immediately brought down in the backfield. Loss of 4 or 5 by 3 Eagle defenders.
Quentin Carity is letting folks know that he is excited to play in this match. Watch number 11 come through and just blow this play up. He takes out the blocker, and then he just tosses the defender into the dirt. I did that. Awesome job there.
Yeah, great job, and you have to wonder if a little bit of that comes from
Wormsley?
double teaming Wormsley.
I was going to say it because he was in the backfield as well, and you have to double team him, right? 3 3/4. I mean, come on.
Just a big kid, only getting bigger, and he's strong and he's willing to learn. There's Hudson there. We were talking about him maybe just being the passing quarterback, but he's got some feet in and of himself.
Yeah, Huron they have a plethora of athletes out here. I mean, everybody's either a receiver, a DB, or a running back. And so, yeah, when you put the ball in his hands, Hudson, he gets out on the outside, made a quick decision to run the ball. That's exactly what Skidsom should have did on that last play when Skyline had the ball. Nothing there, tuck and run.
And a couple of quick moves to really break free and get those extra yards as well.
Big third down here.
3rd and 6. Hudson from the gun. Man to his right. Clapp looking right the entire way, looking to run the whole way.
Well, you called that play, Nick. You said it before. He's positioned to run, and that was straight wildcat. And they did that because they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, that just put them in a little bit of a better position now.
And watch this on the outside here. Good blocking on the edge and just cutting it upfield just to get north and south and get 4 good hard yards off of that.
Now a lot to work with for the Rats. Curious if they go back to that QB keeper and maybe do a little RPO. They're running on the short side up top part of your screen up there, though.
And Fields is in the backfield, if that is correct. Fields is he's not a freshman, is he?
Allegedly. We're going with it.
Very close to the sticks. It looks like he got it.
PA guy says it's a first down. That's good enough for me.
Always.
Call it.
And that's taking it Hudson all the way. Good blocking on the outside. You don't really see that from receivers.
I'll say a nice job by those Eagle linebackers specifically. They were chasing, they were in pursuit, and they met him in that open field.
Best field position of the game for the River Rats.
For either team.
Exactly. Somebody's gotten inside the 40.
All right. Rats scrimmaging from the 29 right now. Hudson and a loaded backfield. Actually, that's not Hudson, is it? Step back, throw left. Looking for Rivera. Rivera had to stop and drop, but could not bring that down. We've got flags on the play, though.
Yeah, and I think that might be against Huron because official, maybe if you can see, maybe the far receiver wasn't on the line of scrimmage because you see that flag come down immediately after the play started.
Yeah, nowhere near the point of where the play went. So you're right. That's almost definitely going to be something back from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, legal procedure. That's the call we're getting right now.
So we're going to false start.
No, it's a legal procedure. They're both the same motion. The PA announcers he just didn't go to Specs Howard.
Not everybody did.
And they can't anymore.
And they can no longer. R.I.P. Specs. That's exactly right.
But yeah, I think that was really on because you can see how far in the backfield the ball is up 1 yard and the receiver was behind the 30-yard line.
Hudson handoff left. Falls forward, picks up about 2 or 3.
Yeah, and that really set Huron back behind the sticks. And after a play like that on first down, you're probably going to see Hudson trying to use his feet to get some room. But there's just no room going through that side of the line of scrimmage. Again, we've mentioned his name before, but Reed is coming up and doing a great job. I mean, Skyline plays with Wormsley. They can afford to play a basic 3-4 defense. So they don't have to have 4 guys on that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's basically that 4th dude up front there.
Smart call.
Nice pass right over the top to Barents. Barents makes the catch, turns.
But Carradine.
Quality defense one more time.
Look at Carradine. I love that.
Meets the open play perfectly.
I'm sorry to talk over you, but that react by him, Carradine, was just special. Because everybody's reading, oh, jailbreak. No, let's play smart. Carradine played smart, read the screen, and look at this reaction. That's fun. When you can have that type of excitement, you gotta love that from a player.
Junior Quentin Carradine stepping up, trying to be that leader that's needed for this Eagles defense.
And again, this is off a turnover, so if the Eagles can really stop here, huge. Oh, that'll be
Everybody moves out there for the Rats.
Now, on a play like that, is it on the quarterback or is it on the center? Because everybody else moved.
Well, you definitely talk about the center. The quarterback was ready to go, but there was clearly some sort of miscommunication where everyone went. I wonder if the center jumped up first.
Only time that we're going to mention Jaden Cater's name, the center, is when they get a penalty. That's right. Usually when you mention the offensive lineman's name, right?
Yeah, that dude could play flawless ball the rest of the year, and you're right, we probably never talk about him again, sadly.
Third and forever.
17 for the Rats. Hudson looking right, but he is immediately smashed, lost his head on top of it. Great pressure and execution by the Eagles, getting away and not letting Hudson not just get open, couldn't get a look, couldn't get a throw, nothing.
Watch Heyman come in and lay the haymaker from the backside, number 70. He just never gives up on the play. He comes in, not there, splits the defender, and hello.
Three guys.
That's a Malachi crunch.
High, low, and medium.
Oof.
They all knew exactly where to hit, and Hudson's going to think twice about heading out that way again.
And that's what I was talking about, the defensive line, because that's no linebackers. Those are defensive linemen coming in. And so when you can bring that kind of heat from just your regulars and not have to bring in extras, man, and they're taking off heads down there on the field.
Yeah, heads rolling around. And it looks like we've got a timeout, probably Skyline.
Let's check and see, because the guys in the truck are saying this might be a fumble. Let's see, is the ball moving forward? The ball is kind of out before the move is going forward. And if we had, wow, the official's got an eye right on it too. Look at the official at the top of the screen. He's looking at it, and you can see the ball is out of his hand as he's throwing it. That should have been a loose ball.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there were a couple of those Eagle players, those big Eagle players, might have been distracting him a little bit, and then he did see that arm going forward. I don't know how many times we can watch poor Hudson get absolutely basted down there.
But I tell you what, I mean, the Eagles have really just been behind the eight ball when it comes to the officials. They have not really had any kind of love coming from these officials.
Well, and I wonder if Coach Smith will get out there and maybe get after him a little bit and hopefully gets a makeup call here or there in the second half.
Yeah, I don't see, you talk to Coach Smith. He's a nice guy.
That's the thing, though, right? Exactly.
I would be livid. My hat would be in the dirt. But he's a nice, mild-mannered coach. He does get under a lot of people when he needs to, though. He's a coach.
I think I've seen him throw his hat one time, and that was probably the extent of the anger issues.
Now, this is where I'd be on alert.
17 now for a trickeration?
Yeah.
Not so much, but there we go. They're going to call a penalty on that. There's a bump of the kicker there.
I think he breathed on him hard. I don't know if he actually hit him, but do we have this? Because last time, let's see this. He gets pushed into him, and that should be picked up. That flag right now should be picked up. These officials have made two bonehead calls back to back that are really going against the Eagles.
Well, you talk about the flag needing to be picked up. I'm curious if they will discuss that, if a different official might come in and say, hey, not so sure about that.
But even Coach Smith, here you can see Coach Smith, he wants an explanation for this one.
Right, and any officials, it's going to be simple enough, hey, he ran into him, hey, he ran into him. But that's not necessarily the letter of the law on a play like that. As you mentioned, he got pushed into him, and he did his best to avoid.
He did, and that should not be, and they still are going to call the roughing the kicker on the Eagles. They'll march this one off. Or did they call running? I don't think these officials know what's going on, Nick.
That makes two or three of us.
They keep pointing, but not a lot of.
Continues, yeah.
And you want a decisive call because this is not too hard. It's either a penalty or not a penalty. It's not the time to be deciding if it's a penalty. That's when you're pulling the flag out of your pants.
Yeah, it is or it isn't. And then let's get back to it and let's move forward. So you can see one official there. He has great job by our camera guys, as usual, getting the discussion in there. But I'm curious what the discussion with the coaches are. With the Huron coaches, I should say. Huron coaches should just thumbs up, let's get back after it.
Yeah, and I think what the call is running into the kicker or roughing. So the running into the kicker or the blocking into the kicker is only going to be 5 yards, and they'll redo the fourth down. And they didn't do the personal foul. So I'm still not getting a decisive call if that's a first down. It looks like they're going to mark it 5 yards and then a fourth down play over.
Well, they were 17 back, right? Yeah,
so it's still going to be 4th and 12. But it's still in an area now where Huron can go for it. I disagree with the call.
It was not my favorite call, and the last thing we're going to do is we'll call favoritism.
Oh, man.
Oh, the hands.
Man.
The hands.
Oh,
You have
look at him.
one job.
Oh, man.
Dude.
You know you can't do that with CTN cameras.
Oh, they're
rolling.
everywhere.
Come on.
They're everywhere. You got 4 cameras on you.
Yeah, that might
You
be a
got
top play of
close-ups.
the game or
Oh,
something.
my goodness. We might be able to throw that up in a higher frame
Well,
rate.
he'll never get his hand on the key.
Oh, that might be. Oh, certainly not with
He
those
would
hands.
drop it.
Certainly. Any chance this team can get
Could
to
this-
embarrass an official, they're gonna jump on it.
Well, and after let's rewind this back. Skyline had a very similar play not called against them. Oh, actually, it was more egregious. There was more contact on a kicker, and there was no penalty flag thrown at all. Coach Smith, I'm sure he worked the sidelines on that one, and then he gets stung again on the same play the very next drive.
Yeah, before we went into those replays, I used the F word, favoritism, and I didn't exactly mean that, but it sure feels that the amount of calls
Homer.
that have been called
Homer.
have been in a certain direction
Homer.
this
Sideline.
evening. So maybe the second half sees something a little bit different. Maybe, like you said, Coach Smith continues to politic his way to get a few of those back come second half.
But I tell you, this turns into that was almost like a mini halftime we just had here. Now this is a big 4th down play.
4th and still 15 to go. They're going for it. Hudson back, heaves into double coverage, and that one's knocked away by those Eagle DBs. And Hudson had eyes for only one person, which is great when you're in a relationship, less when you're a quarterback.
Yeah, because he telegraphed this one the entire way. He's looking over there, and he's basically saying, if I don't make a completion, I want a penalty. And so I don't mind the play. And you could see the Huron receiver actually was behind Rivera, behind a couple of those Eagles. So a better toss, and you might be saying something different.
A little bit of a longer toss, or even something that just had got there a little bit higher coming in, because we've seen Rivera go up, and he is really athletic. He's pretty tall. So the odds of that pass are not terrible. 3:51 to go, still 0-0, and the Eagles will get back out on offense.
And now we finally are going to get number 12 kicked out of the game, or at least taking a seat for a moment because of something going on with his equipment. That was the 3rd time the official still didn't throw a flag, Nick.
Well, and the official was
You got to throw a flag, right?
The official was touching his head. I don't know if he was indicating
Something
it's
wrong
a
with the helmet.
issue
It's something
now.
wrong with the helmet there. So,
It's still the knee. It's the knee pads again.
yeah, and look at Coach Love. Not too happy with him having to do some equipment adjustments.
No, he's not the equipment manager. He is the head coach, and that is not what he gets paid to do.
That's the 3rd series in a row. And look at this. I've never seen that. Wow,
he's
that's
not
gotta be in a
stoked about
highlight
those
somewhere.
pants. Yeah, we've had a few tonight. Back to on-field action.
Really?
Hand off to Mickey, going off to the right.
Yeah, and that's exactly where 12 was supposed to be at on the play as he comes back into the play.
You're
Darrell
exactly
Smith.
right. That
He
is a
was supposed to-
spot-on analysis right there. That's right. That's right. And you got to think Coach tells him, like, hey, man, that would have been your tackle,
You
bro.
just gave up 7 yards. You just gave up 7 yards. I mean, he's coming exactly where he was at, and the backup falls onto the play.
5-yard pickup for
He's
the
he's
Eagles.
checking those knee pads out, right?
But is he checking them though? He thinks he's fine, especially
If you
according
don't
to the
wear
way
the
he looked
mediums,
on.
if you wear the actual size that you were given,
Extra medium, like my T-shirts back in the day. That's exactly right.
you got to stop watching pro football, guys. They can do that. You can't.
2nd and 5 with the Eagles. Just a gaggle of whiteouts there for Scadam. There's the handoff and the sweep coming around. Great play pushing forward. 1st down, but we've got a flag in the
How
backfield.
late was that flag, Nick? If the play was already over.
Little late is the answer to that question.
Oh, my goodness. This was on 77. Let's see. In the top of the screen, they're calling a hold. No, they're calling a hold on someone else, not on the top side, because he dropped the flag right at where 77 Stager was at. And 77 looks back at him at the end of the play like, are you kidding me? Oh, it looked like he hit 55 in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, Starkweather with that run, he really made something happen. But you're right, we got a little bit of a chop in the back.
2, 3.
.253
so
as
they
the clock
took him back
stops.
a full 10. And just like that, Skyline can't help themselves. These officials really aren't helping out either.
Right, they're going to have to do this in spite of any calls. And we talked about mental mistakes coming in for both of these squads. It really is less of a mental mistake issue for the Eagles right now, but nonetheless, they've got to play 100% clean football. They've got to play 105% clean ball.
They cannot allow these officials to dictate the game by giving them an opportunity to pull the flag. And a couple of them, yeah, we've questioned some of them up here, but that's what officials are going to do. Now you have to adjust as a player to how they're calling the game.
Well, you've got to adjust as a player, and even the coaches, they might not be calling plays differently, but they've got to take those kids off to the side and say, hey, don't be handsy. Hey, keep your head up.
I like that.
Make those plays exactly how you were taught as a 7-year-old, right?
And that looked like it was going to be on the River Rats 52. Olte coming across. He just came across the line and made contact with the offensive player trying to jump.
You cannot do that.
No, you even now, even if you jump into the neutral zone, they're going to call it.
Yeah, you saw a couple of guys start to move up, and yeah, he jumped.
And it's right over the center. Storm.
And also, as every player that's ever done that, he immediately looks around.
Always.
Does it?
What, me?
Right, looking around like, did somebody see that? Did somebody see that? Yes. Yes. Several guys
Storm
saw that.
Roberts is the center for
Love
the
that.
Eagles.
Love that high arcing pass up to Neal. Neal over the shoulder grab. Are they going to give it to him?
Oh, yeah.
Official right on the spot says that is a catch. Electric one more time. And this is the play that the Eagles have been trying for almost 24 minutes.
Yeah, this is the type of action that you need to have on a pass play. Look at him playing a little handsy out there.
Little handsy, maybe.
But Bill's still coming in with the ball as Neal. Way to track it. Kind of that over-the-shoulder catch. Willie Mays-Hayes.
Beautiful, beautiful looking over the shoulder to pull that over that right side. Perfectly placed ball is worth mentioning as well.
Kept a foot in, too. Love that. Just the execution. And that's why he tried to get the ball to Neal earlier, right?
Yeah, that's why he has sadly forced a few passes at him, because he knows what he can do. Starkweather there, catching the ball in the backfield, tries to make a man miss, but can't quite get there. 1:13 to go, and I'm curious to see if the Eagles are going to do some hurry up.
Watch his feet. One. I think he got two in. He wants to play in the big leagues, folks.
That right one may have also been in there.
Another good job by our camera crew tonight.
Clock continues to move down. 56 seconds to go here in this first half.
Well, you definitely know it's going to be a pass play, so an incomplete will stop the clock or a timeout on a completion.
Scadson rolls right. He's looking downfield, but he's got men to avoid in that backfield. Throws it in the middle. Dangerous pass going cross body. Almost hit that linebacker.
And Scadson's trying to explain his story down on the sidelines to the coaching staff, but you never. This is the cardinal rule, folks. Late, no feet, and you're throwing it back through the defense. You never throw the backside through the defense.
Well, he's fortunate that Suleiman put his hands on that, because if he didn't, that linebacker comes up with that grab almost definitely.
Easy catch there, but another poor decision by the quarterback. Scadson, yeah, you just did a good job on throwing that ball downfield, but don't mess up this drive here. You got to come away with points if you're the Eagles.
Yeah, that younger quarterback just dying to make plays and forcing things where they don't need to be. Quick release now over to number 2, and that one's picked off, and this could be nothing but end zone for the Rats. Daryl Smith picks it and sicks it.
Rain's off to you.
I'm just going to take a minute to really enjoy that new motion graphic. It makes me insanely happy. It may be just the magnum opus of our director's career right there.
Well,
Anyways.
we've been talking about a quarterback being young, eyeballing a receiver, and that's exactly what happened there on Skidsom. Throws the pick six, and it's a 70-yard pick six. And I mean, that no one was going to catch up with Smith.
No, he was running 5 yards to go and snag that. He saw it all the way, and he knew once he caught that. I know Neal was giving it to him, but he knew he was good. 12-on-12 violence did not happen there. Smith, outstanding play. Another great job by these defensive backs from the Rats, and they're looking to go up 7-0, and just a deflator for the Eagles.
Yeah, especially after the half they played and, battling against the officials, and it looked like something that they were going to come away with points after such a tough half, and the River Rats just squashed that dream. That was a big play by 12 coming out there. We were talking about Smith and his equipment issues. He obviously got them fixed.
Yeah, knee pads are looking good on that one.
He stretched them out too.
Aerodynamic.
Whoa. Yeah, and you do have to say something about Neal not giving up on the play, but there was nothing touching Smith there. I don't even know if the back goal line was going to slow him down there.
No, I don't think so. Like you said, it's great to see that receiver to make that extra effort, but Smith knew he had that one to the house probably as soon as he caught it. I knew he had it as soon as he caught it.
Yeah, and it's wow, look at that. I mean, that ball was late to the outside as well, too. It wasn't just thrown, not a lot of steam, but it was thrown late, which gave Smith a good bird's eye view of picking that ball off in stride.
And it goes without saying that any interception is not the best decision, but just looking to that right side, there was a lot of players over there. There was at least 2 or 3 Eagle receivers and at least 3 or 4 DB linebackers for the Rats. Somebody was coming down with that in green.
Yeah, and you can see Skidsom on the sideline with his helmet off. He's disappointed. The guy's trying to pick him up because being a young guy, you don't want to be the reason why your team lost.
Squibbaroo up into the middle. Starkweather. We've seen Gideon Starkweather make some plays tonight. 23 seconds to go here in this first half before who's coming out there?
The Rhythm Rat Band?
The Rhythm Rat Band makes their way
Let
out
the rhythm
here.
get you?
I've got to. There might be some of that going down there. The rhythm's getting me right there. Look at them. Look at there's so many just firing across your screen
have credits
from right
run,
to left.
And they're still going to be walking in front of the screen.
Sharp unis, as we mentioned before. Those hats are something to behold.
They have more flag people than certain bands have horn sections.
So if you're the Eagles here, you got 23 seconds. Not the worst field position in life. You trying to take a few shots
I
down there?
would. It's time on the clock, and the worst thing that can happen is you throw a deep interception. You have a quarterback that has 40-plus yards in his arm. Again, they haven't really exploited anything over the middle. They threw one in slant pass, but nothing really up the seams, and that's really what I saw them do against Saline with some success, as well as against Monroe last week when they were trying to come back. So maybe that's something that Coach Smith is saving for the second half. Doesn't look like they're going to take a knee.
No, surely doesn't. Not when you got 3 wide right, man in motion, 2 to the left. Hands that one off Starkweather. Starkweather gets the edge.
Uh-oh.
Pushes a man away. You got a flag.
Oh, that could
Not
be
before
helpful.
Starkweather gets that down to the 50-yard line. First down. That's got to be on the Rats, that flag,
It
right?
has to be, right? Like face mask or something?
Face mask is my first thought.
Yeah, because he's downfield. There was nobody down there trying to help him block.
there it
There was a
is.
face mask right there, folks. And that's going to really put now the Eagles in a shot mode now for the end zone with, at least 2 plays on the clock and a timeout or 2.
Exactly. They've got 15 seconds to definitely take a shot. Maybe even try to do something dink and dunk early on. Like you said, they've got a timeout.
This is where I would be looking, me and trick plays.
You love it.
And we watch Detroit Lions do that hook and ladder. Everybody come and try to tackle you, pitch the ball away.
There's Gadsden going right. He's got 2 men behind him.
Get out of bounds.
Quick outside to Starkweather. Starkweather thought about making a move inside. Thankfully, he heard my partner up here telling him, don't do that. Don't go left. Just get out of bounds.
And if he would have ran out of bounds, there may have been another play, but that hesitation right there caused him and the Eagles the first half.
Unfortunate, and that will do it for first half action here from CTN Sports Game of the Week. Looking down, the River Rats with that late touchdown, end of the first half, but the Eagles maybe a little bit of momentum, but the Rats will receive the ball after this break from CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Are you looking to take your videos from boring to extraordinary? Well, with a little help from editing, you can get there. We'll teach you how to edit footage from our CTN laptops with professional programs like Final Cut Pro. Or we could give you some pointers on basic cell phone editing. If this looks like something you'd be interested in, contact CTN.
Welcome to Ward Talk with our host, Bonnie Gabowitz. Each episode, we interview city leaders on the challenges, successes, and future of Ann Arbor. The mayor and 10 city council members share their insights on where we've been and where we're going. In that time, many changes happen, so tune in to Ward Talk every month to stay in the know. You can submit questions for our guests to ctn@a2gov.org, and we'll include your questions in the next episode.
second selection comes from Columbia with We Don't Talk About Bruno from Disney's 2021 year encore. By Lin-Manuel Miranda, this player and layered ensemble member has become a cultural phenomenon, topping the Billboard's Top 100 and becoming the most streamed Disney song ever of all time. Written in 1928 as part of the suite Aldedosia, the piece by Spanish version with his Cuban heritage. Known for its bold trumpet, man-felt dramatic shifts, and passionate wisdom, has become a favorite among the marching bands and drum players worldwide.
Check. Can you hear me now? Interested in having great audio for your projects? We have some great tools to help you get crystal clear audio. We have a variety of mics from Rode wireless kits to lavs, handheld mics for interviews, and if you need some extra help recording multiple inputs, here's a Zoom. If this sounds like something you could use, contact CTN.
Welcome back, everybody, to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Huron River Rats taking a 7-point lead in the closing moments of that first half, Kevin. Other than that, what did we see there?
Yeah, it was a battle of two teams that are really evenly matched, like we said in the beginning. And the only thing that's really overly matched out there on the field is the officials and their flags.
Yes, that is a very heavy weighted to one side, unfortunately, for the Eagles. And speaking of, nope. Here's how we ended the
Can you explain this to me? All right, let's see where the marker is at, where he catches the ball. He's running upfield. He should have ran out of bounds. That marker, though, if we can pull it back, if we pull it back a little bit more, guys, pull it back a little bit more, because I want to see what the other first down marker, was it on the 29 or was it on the 25? It was on the 24. So he was going to have to get all the way to the 24. He should have ran out of bounds to save time.
Right. At the end of the day, that was the thing that we came down to is that thought of going to the left, that little bit of a juke, wasted that second and a half. But nonetheless, there was not a lot of happiness on the sideline.
Oh, no. I mean, Coach Smith, he was our halftime show.
We talked about how mild-mannered he is and how he does keep it close to the vest, and he was not pleased going into half. So, maybe, again, a little bit of extra politicking there. They catch a few more breaks and a few more flags in the second half. Nonetheless, the Rats go after it. Nice high pass in, caught once again by Rivera. He seems to be the main look for the Rats.
And look who's back in the backfield at quarterback for the River Rats starting the second half now.
Brandon Willis.
Young man that sat out that first half for disciplinary reasons is now back out there. And you would think that now the Huron playbook is probably going to open up a lot more.
Well, one play in, we've seen a rollout and a solid pass.
And then he's out of the game, just like that.
Well, he did his job. He almost got a first down. However, flags on the play.
Oh, I'm sorry. He is back in under center. It looked like two was back there. But, yeah, that's a big difference when you can bring in your star quarterback that's got so many snaps up underneath him. And he hard counted for a first down. And that's what you get out of a quarterback that has so much experience, right?
Well, and I believe that was Aiden Schleck that was in on that, too. You don't see mental mistakes from a player like him very often. So, again, a quality hard count down low. And now you see Willis actually under center.
I love hard counts.
HB toss over to the left, cuts back inside after initial contact. Barents gets to about 50-yard line.
And everybody on the defense on the tackle, but it looks like there was a flag on the play.
Shocking.
Yeah, I know. I mean, these officials, that's going to be a hold and on the outside, and you can see it right there on the play in the middle there. And it looks like it was 11 for the River Rats. Diskovich, who's played a little bit of quarterback as well, getting on the outside and getting a little handsy on the play. And that's Coach Smith's politicking right there at work, folks.
Yeah, that could have a little something to do with it. Maybe they are trying to balance that out a bit.
I can't recall many calls going against the River Rats in the first half.
No, thinking there
was and of course the big ones, the ones that stand out definitely were against the Eagles. That punt running into the kicker one's going to stand out for a while.
All right, first and a long one for the Rats.
Oh.
And that one goes to the turf. Willis tries to get away. He's looking upfield, but he's elusive enough. Nearly got the first down. Coming down to the 45-yard line. Wow, Willis nonplussed by a rough snap. grabs that one, looks upfield, and doesn't think twice about scattering for nearly a first down.
Yeah, he did not get, okay, what should I do now? He didn't get scrambled. He's under control, got his head downfield, and then he's just going to make people miss. No one got a clean shot on him that entire time.
And there wasn't a heck of a lot of blocking for him either. And there might have been a little confusion as to whether he was supposed to get that ball or not, or maybe just that player stepped in front of him.
Yeah,
but Willis made literal something out of nothing there. And there's another one, and this time the Eagles will not allow that one to get away. Aiden Schleck there brings him down.
Is that why you weren't in the game? And Mr. Willis, your little Butterfinger's been watching the official, trying to catch the ball? Because this is what happens. I mean, boom. I mean, he had the ball in his hand, and it's up to the quarterback to pull that ball back. It's not the running back to get his arm out of the way.
Well, and yeah, I'm just wondering if there is confusion about that. Did Willis think that that Behrens is supposed to take that one?
Yeah, well, either way, it was 2 bad plays in a row by Willis, setting up this third down.
3rd and 6 upcoming, and another flag. Certainly that will be offensive infraction, and that's going to push the Rats back. Mental miscues early on in the second half.
Brandon Willis comes in, throws that beautiful pass to start this drive, and everything since then has been ugly. I mean, from bad snaps to mishandled balls in the backfield to false starts.
3rd and 12 now, and the Rats have got to get something going here. You'd like to see some sort of drawn-up play. Angelo Rivera waving his hands down to the bottom of your screen. Willis on the run, throws high, but that one is picked. Joseph Green, I believe, comes up, snags that one, and Skyline Eagles have some life.
Yeah, and that's the first turnover for the Eagles on a great catch there. Would you say that was Joseph Green on the catch there? Sticky fingers downfield. Let's see what Willis was really trying to see. Again, rolling to his left. And I didn't even see a receiver open downfield. I saw a receiver covered.
I saw a receiver, but not open. That's the key word there. He had 3 players underneath of him and even a DB on that one receiver, whoever it was. It was interesting that he was looking so far left because Rivera was basically shrieking that he would have been open. Yep.
Open the middle, man on man. And so it was man coverage, but I think like Willis knew where he was going with that ball before the play even was snapped.
Yeah, he had a lot of momentum with his feet going over that way, and he made a strong throw, but it was ill-conceived and ill-timed into a lot of Eagles.
And we've been talking, both teams, evenly matched back and forth, and this is what you get. You get the same kind of action that we saw in the first half. A little bit of, both quarterbacks having issues with those snaps.
Maybe the ball's wet. Has it been raining down there? It hasn't been. This is Michigan. It hasn't rained in like 5 weeks. I didn't know it ain't rained down there.
This is the Sahara.
All right, 2nd and 11 now, 8:45 to go. The Eagles desperate to get something going on offense here. Skads another handoff off to the right.
And you know what Huron is doing? They're stopping the momentum of the running back, Miki. And he's getting to the line of scrimmage. And watch here. He'll have to put his brakes on because there's just nobody there. Huge play there, again, by Werner coming in and really doing a good job.
Yeah, the off-tackle hands-off not working well, but what is working well, a lot of fans over there.
Oh, especially on a night like this. I mean, you don't get too many good nights like this. You put this one up in a bottle.
Yeah, this is a special one in Southeast Michigan on a late September evening. Little breeze keeping things cool. No humidity, but something is going on. Maybe the dew point on that football is having some issues. There's Scatson now looking immediately left. Hits a man that does not kneel for a change. Is that Lisovic?
Yeah, and then coming up and making the play was Hudson on this quick tackle. He read the ball. It was right in front of him. And this play, just some missed blocks right there. Missed blocks. 2 blocks that were missed that play has really never had an opportunity to get going, setting up a 4th and long.
Eagles looking into the sidelines about player personnel and play period. Jude Carlson does make his way out there eventually. We've seen Carlson with a couple of booming kicks.
Yeah, I wonder if any of the Rats are going to get near him.
I mean, they've
Had to
come
be a
off
timeout.
scot-free.
Had to be a timeout. That's huge right there. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's too early in this second half to burn a timeout on a 4th down when you know you're going to punt the ball. That's a sideline mistake there. Whoever's the special teams coach, he should get an ear from Coach Smith.
So do you think that it's incorrect personnel, or were they lined up not where they needed to be?
Well, you know, just like we're lined up where we needed to be on our social medias, they needed to be lined up and ready to get out there. See, because our graphics guy is firing it up. He knew exactly when to put the YouTube out there and the Facebook out there and say, hey, follow us, give us the thumbs up. That's not what the punting team did. They needed to run out there, Nick. It was 4th and long, and that was an easy call. And it looked like there was at least 2 or 3 players that weren't on the field.
Yeah, a bit of a miscue early on for the Eagles. Lost timeout that could come back for them. You always assume that one's coming back right and just take the
5
yards on
yards.
that. Yeah.
Because look at the kick.
Carlson, beauty of a kick, and that one's muffed down at the 28, but re-picked back up by Darrell Smith. And we've got a block in the back, and a player's still down. Smith's still moving nearly to the 50-yard line before he's brought down, but we've got an Eagle player on the turf.
Just had the
right in
pickoff.
front of that flag.
He just had the pickoff. That's green. And you know, it was an easy call. You could see your Coach Smith out there attending of one of the trainers, because it looks like he was hitting the head area. You can see 17 coming in your screen. This is a good shot. And right here from the side, he got hit really big time in the shoulder. Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, never saw that. They're not going to say that was from the side. That was definitely
Watch this one here coming into your screen, though. Coming into your screen is where you could probably see this block in the back by Hudson. Oh, right there. That was one. I'm sorry. That was sure. They could have picked the number out there and said it was on you.
Yeah, there's a couple issues. Yeah, they might have thrown a flag on me. So holding back, waiting on an explanation, which has been kind of the MO this evening.
Yeah, these officials are really on molasses time. They must not have anything in the stove, because they are taking their own sweet time tonight with making these calls. And every time they make a call, it seems like they have to give an explanation to the sideline.
Well, the explanations, I don't mind. I don't want any sort of confusion or anger, frankly, coming out of things. So it's not.
Wait a minute.
Got another flag in the 30.
One official's picking up a flag, and they're still not done with the play. This group here is special tonight, and special in a bad way. These officials, they have no control over this game right now.
It's been a unique. It's been a bit of an adventure.
I mean, look at this guy. Does he have Madden? Does he own Madden? No, he does know Madden.
The kids up
he has
in
an
the
electric football
nosebleeds up
set.
there. They know that this is not going great.
He's like, maybe we should move it from back here. It's where the flag drops, sir. You mark it off from where the flag is. Yeah, right there. Maybe it's his second game.
Well, and they're coming a long ways back. I mean, obviously they're going to the spot from where the infraction
spot foul, right? Spot foul. You mark off 10 yards from the spot, and you save us the last 5 minutes of listening to me ramble.
We'll listen to you ramble. It's okay. You clearly got time to kill.
Wow. There shouldn't be a tired player in the stadium, because it's like this is the third halftime we've had.
Things appear to be ready to go, although I will say that they've got a couple of Eagle players taking knees. Listening, talking. The official is still in the middle. He's still talking to both.
Yeah.
Line.
Wait a minute. The official was on the wrong side of the ball. That is classic.
There he is.
He had to switch position. Oh my gosh.
Rats take over on offense. Willis hands it off, shuffles forward, picks up 3.
And we know who made the tackle, right? Carradine is jumping up and letting everybody in the stands know. Wow. Look at him ball into the backfield. And that wasn't Carradine, that's Heyman. Heyman takes his man all the way back in the backfield.
But Carradine loves it. Again, that's what you like from that experienced player.
I was scared there for a second because Carradine did his job. Wormsley was about to hit that pile.
Like Earthquake from back in the day. Willis shakes away, cuts through multiple Eagles players, still not brought down. He's out to the outside, and he's got maybe one more man to beat, but he eventually goes out of bounds. And, man, it almost feels like he could have cut back right and called it a day.
He did some moves here. Look at this. I mean, right in the backfield. He's looking right all the way, but nah, I'm going to go all the way back over here to the left. And he gave everybody a shot at a tackle, and, man, they can't even get a finger on him. That's why I was calling house call right there, because if he cuts back there, I thought he had it.
Just so quick, so elusive. It's so rare you can see a player cut up the middle, make multiple dudes miss, and then get back out to the outside.
Well, we knew before this game started that he was going to be the star player out here. He's got the most experience of anybody on either sideline. But you shared with me before the game that he had some issues that it precipitated him to not play the first half of the game. He's making a difference now.
Well, and now these Eagle DCs have got a lot of work ahead of them. Just like these officials have got some work ahead of them. Their arms possibly getting a little tired.
I mean, they're got to throw a wrist out. I mean, especially the official on the near side for the Eagles. What do we have here?
False start was the call. Oh, yeah, there it is. Well, they're looking. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it looked like one of the Eagles moved first, though, and then somebody else from Huron
might have twitched, and then the
twitched
Huron
after
just straight up stood up.
And you can see Coach Love is saying that to the official on his side. He's saying that his guy went down to the center, goes down and grabs the ball, and the player moves.
I don't know if we caught that again. Love was going down. He was literally showing him this is what he was doing. This is the three-point stance. This is what happened. I like an animated coach. I mean, I like most coaches, don't get me wrong, but an animated coach makes me very happy as a viewer.
Well, they're earning some extra pay tonight. They're coaching the refs.
Man, 1st and 15 now. Willis just continues to get away. Lob throw and perfectly placed ball into Molnar Easton, I believe. And something interesting we'll say about Willis, he's found multiple receivers. He's looking at guys and hitting guys whose names we haven't called all night.
Well, he's composed. And he gets in the pocket and nothing is shaking him, especially if something does shake him. He knows those 2 feet will get him out of any kind of danger. But definitely the touch on the throw to the sideline, you can see why he doesn't have anything on his defensive side. He just plays quarterback, folks.
Yeah, Molnar, great pickup. And yeah, you're right. Willis just very calm, very composed. He knows that he's always going to have time back there because he can make his own time.
Confident kid. We see him on the basketball court as well, too.
That's right. From the shotgun, handoff. Player makes a juke right and then cuts it right back inside left. Mateo Fields.
Fields is the one that, in the first half that scored, right? And here he comes back in. Actually, that was on the pickoff. But look at Fields right here. Takes his time to set up that move. I loved it. And he's going north and south and falling forward.
Yeah, and Gabe Shearer just fits with the opportunity to bring him down.
Like that.
And first down for the Reds. They're driving. They've got a little something going on here with 5:14 to go now. Getting a little bit of momentum finally, now that they've got a chance to have a rhythm to this game. Willis looks left, goes right. He's got a man past 2 defenders, but just a little too far for Angelo Rivera.
Yeah, and Rivera was looking for a flag. A little bit of contact, but I don't think it was enough contact down there for a flag. But you can see Willis. He throws that ball right where his man should have been looking. He gave it to him on his outside shoulder. That was a good ball.
That was a good ball and was well set up because he was looking left the whole way, but he knew where he wanted to go. Just a well-composed, well-poised QB back there now. And you're right, that could have very easily been 6 for the Reds.
He's a difference maker, Nick. You can see the way, I think he gives the confidence to the other players out there on the field that our guy is back here now.
shotgun handoff right there. Simpson Vlack, I believe, and he makes some moves as well. You talk about confidence. Everybody on the River Rats playing with a little extra swagger right now.
I could see that is what the Brandon Willis effect is doing. Everybody is staying on their blocks a little bit longer. Look at that. Good job there. Don't give up on the first time. I love the way you stay with that block, Mateo.
And that's Mateo Fields right there. Freshman putting the work in and doing.
That's how you stay on the field.
That's exactly how you stay on the field. That's how you moved up from the freshman team to be a part of this squad. That's how you stay on this squad. That's how you lead for the next 4 years as well.
Under center.
Tight formation for the River Rats.
He's open.
Fields still goes right, cuts back inside, makes the man miss before eventually brought down there by Quentin Carradine. And it's a good thing Carradine was there.
Yeah, and you can see Willis had a man that was open. He didn't like the look right there, so I'm going to run it. It seemed that he didn't have enough time because Shellick was right in his face, and it's just a good job. I didn't think anybody could catch him from the back. Carradine had some wheels there.
Yeah, Carradine has been an anchor for this Eagles defense.
They need a couple more of them out there.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Smith would definitely take a couple more. Another first down for the River Rats.
Little check with me play. They changed that offense up after looking to the sideline.
Barron's behind Fields, and that is a massive false start. And Barron's was not pleased with how that one ended up as well.
No, it was on the center. That was all on the center. 56 looked directly back at the quarterback, and yeah, we're gonna say your name again. No, actually that was 58 on the play. Cater.
I don't know. Did he move?
Cater didn't move. Everybody else did. And so when everybody else does and the center doesn't, it's on the center.
That's fair. You're right.
Especially his reaction afterwards when he turned with the I didn't know. He hit the hands up, the paws looking at the QB.
First and long, first and 15, 3:26 to go in the third quarter. Fields back, looking left. Sails his man, sails Angelo Rivera, which is tough to do because Rivera, once again, big kid, really athletic. But I wonder if there's a little miscommunication on where that route was going as well.
It kind of looked like that because Willis threw the ball exactly, emphatically, where he thought the receiver was going to be. A little look off over there, and I don't think he followed through on that ball. That ball should have been a lot lower, and that's a completion. That's on the QB, I think.
Yep, arm slot wasn't quite where he needed to be and just sent it a little too high. And that was actually a little dangerous because of 3 or 4 yards past his guy, there was a few DBs back there. Second down now, Willis following his man on clearly a drawn-up run. Great job blocking out front. Willis picks up a few.
Yeah, and this again is going to be 4 down territory, so I would be alert on a run from Willis coming up here on this 3rd and long. But this was just all, really just a quarterback keeper, and utilizing your best athlete out there on the field is Coach Love right now.
Yeah, Descovich and Barron's both heading lead blocks for Willis. And you really just need to put a body on somebody for just a microsecond, and Willis will make something happen.
Watch out for this fade into the corner here. Got a lot of room on the bottom of the screen.
You're right. He steps right. He's definitely looking for it, but he makes a couple of minutes, cuts right back upfield, and nothing but green in front of him. And Willis hits Pater into the end zone. River Rats, another 6.
Yeah, check out the confidence. Hold on.
Hands off to you.
I have to be quiet for that. That's the best graphic I've seen ever.
That's outstanding.
That is
outstanding
great work there. But check out Willis here, how he was definitely looking to the right side. He had 2 receivers over there, and then he puts his feet to work. And we've talked about Wormsley. That's not where Wormsley needs to be. If he's upfield, yeah. But if he's playing linebacker back there trying to catch Willis, good luck.
Well, and the tackling wasn't there for the Eagles either. I just wonder if they've got this fast young kid in front of them, and they're a little tepid about going after him, being scared of missing him.
I like that. I like that call from me because there's a lot of lunging going on at Willis as opposed to running to where he's going to it. And he's a difference maker. We've said it before, but the Eagles defense in the second half, they've really been out there the entire time.
Yeah, they need to get their offense back out there and try to put something together. Rhythm Rats going for it out there. And I love that slow pan to the right. You can be panning for hours, whoever that camera guy is down there.
That Rhythm Rat band, see, they even have extras.
We finally got to the student section after going across the entire band. All right, in the meantime, while we were jabbering, River Rats put that extra point through, up 14-0 now, and we're getting into the point where the Eagles really need to make something happen here.
And you know, it's one of those catch-22s. Last week, they found themselves, the Eagles did in similar fashion. They were at home, though, playing against Monroe, and were able to really mount a comeback. Now they're on the road. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, but you have a quarterback that has shown that he's capable of making some throws, and an offensive line that has shown they're capable of giving him some time.
And they've still got Neal out there, too, and he is a difference maker. We've talked about it. Andre Neal, just electric stuff, can change a game quickly, which is what I'm sure the Eagles are counting on here with time ticking down in the second half.
Oh, what a kick. Oh, did he grab it? No, he let it go out of bounds.
Yeah, he let that one.
He let it go out of bounds. That was a tricky one, though. But that's what Neal does. He makes you try to kick away from him, and you get a penalty, and now the Eagles will start all the way up on the 40-yard line. And let's see. Are they like, no?
We'd like to thank another one of our
I like that. Coakley.
Asa Coakley says, hey, how about a flag? And honestly, I was even about to say it, like, are they ever throwing the flag? Because we were unsure if it ever went out or if it did go out, because usually that thing, as soon as it like the first micron of that point crests the white. Yeah, exactly.
These refs are consistent, though.
Yes, but I did like Asa Coakley, and after the flag was thrown, he clapped. He's like, good job, good job, bud. Good job, bud. I like what's going on now. I'm excited. Eagles should be excited with this field position, starting from their 35.
Let's see if they start without the run. Each drive, they've been starting like just a little run to set the tempo.
There it is, play action pass, but the River Rats not fooled. Didn't bite on that PA at all.
No, 5-5 is in the backfield. We've been saying his name all night tonight. He give us a little celly at the end there, but watch this. He comes right through the left side, and Stager just did not hold his block, and that's a lookout block for the QB.
And that's Jaden Behrens just came off that too. He as a running back, he recognized this dude does not have the ball. Cut to the right, and he joined the mob of River Rats in that backfield.
A little Mr. Miyagi there at the end. A little
why not?
Son. I like that.
9-yard loss for the Eagles. They've got tall task in front of them. 2nd and 19 upcoming. Pushed back to the 26-yard line. Let's get another. That one does get handed off to Mickey. Mickey's just going to try to run for his life along the edge, but there is just entirely too many River Rats for him to get that edge.
Yeah, you said Behrens' name again. Here he comes in on the play, and he just never gave up the edge on that play, and then he traces the running back down. Check out this. No kind of block there, and then run right through the stiff arm, right to the ball carrier. Good tackle. I love the way he wrapped up.
From up here and even from that replay, you could see Mickey's eyes. As soon as the ball hits his hands, he looked up, and they were like saucers. There's a lot of guys coming at me, and I got nowhere to go.
Well, it was a lot of green in front of him, but it wasn't turf.
Well, yeah. Whistles here. We got a flag. I think he called offsides on the River Rats. So that'll be a little cookie for the Eagles coming off of that.
That's 74. It's on the bottom of the screen here. He's in the backfield.
Yeah, he was lined up in the neutral zone. Yeah, that was an interesting stance, like a lunging stance almost, but that's a big kid down there with a long arm. Yeah, and he was just getting a little ahead of the game. Still 3rd down. Snaps back over Behrens, but could not find Starkweather cutting to the outside.
think Starkweather may have taken that route upfield 1 or 2 yards too many, because the ball's thrown to the outside where he's wide open. This is a good read by the quarterback, skids him. But watch this. Watch where the ball lands and watch where the receiver is at. If he runs right down that line, that 35-yard line, maybe that's a reception.
Yeah, more along the flat instead of where he ended up. So possibly not the route that he needed.
Wow. Eagles running somebody late in on a punt. Just the series before this, they had to burn a timeout on that.
Carlson, worm burner coming up the field.
Did that hit
Coakley
17?
now walking that in. If it hits somebody, I mean, it could have been. I feel like it would have been an Eagle if it was anybody.
Well, I mean, even it looked like it was 17 for the Riverettes. It was near the ball. White, let's see here on these line drives, because they hit this turf and it bounces, and it was both 17, so I could have been right either way, right? But it was 17 in green that was closest to the ball.
Well, and I think that might have just been an angle of where the cameras are, because none of the players jumped away. Nobody looked away. It just bounced, and they kept doing what they'd been doing. So I don't think that caught anybody. I think that might have just been like a trick of depth perception on where the camera angles are. That's my thought, because nobody's talking about it.
No, and actually, you only saw a couple coaches on the sideline for Skyline saying jump on the ball.
Which is a better safe than sorry screen,
Always,
right?
I would always say that.
56 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Willis takes the snap, looks right, cuts
Wide
left,
open.
finds his man right up the middle, hits Blake Deskovitz exactly how you draw that one up, and Willis continues to be a master of eye deception, look deception.
Yeah, and he looks off somebody to the right, and then he comes right there, and then he comes right back and finds his man. And he's throwing some beautiful balls out there, because they're easy catchable balls for the receiver.
Yeah, darts to these players, and that's a great first down play that gets the Rats moving. On the correct side of the 50 for the River Rats. Willis looking in, getting his play. Under center, still talking, maybe a little audible action to his halfback to his left. Willis, short pass right off a man, diving in. Did he come up with that one?
Oh, the officials, of course,
Green says he's got it. And now are we going to have a confab? And there's a flag. There's several flags on the play now.
They're saying the ball hit the ground, but the flag came out, I think, for unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, celebration, unsportsmanlike.
Let's see this. It goes up. Oh, he turns his back. He turns his back, but
I think that you can see that hit Green right after this.
he put his hand in there. You can, if you slow it down there, you can see the Huron guy get his hand back in there right there and play some defense to really help out.
Right, you are.
I still can't see the ball on the ground, though. I still couldn't see the ball on the ground because it was the back. It was our angle again. But that was a really fast flag for unsportsmanlike conduct, from jumping up and down on a play you thought you had.
Yeah, if that's all it stemmed from, you can't necessarily blame him for that. I wonder if words were said.
A special word?
I mean, maybe special words are just
these
forceful
officials are trying
discussion
to earn
with the
it, too.
officials.
They're trying.
Riverettes pick up 15. Willis now looking under center. 17 seconds to go in this one. Plenty of time for the Rats the way their offense is chugging along.
Ball.
Willis puts it on the dirt, manages to pick it up, and then gets hammered behind the line of scrimmage, though.
Well, let's see if this. We want to see the reaction that draws the foul. Because he's not near an official, right? He's well away from the official. He's walking away. And then a flag comes in.
So I wonder if that flag came from the initial jumping up and down in anger, but you're right. I'm not entirely sure what that was. Nonetheless, that is the end of the third quarter. We can endlessly debate not just that play, but the play that happened after it as well. Right after this on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Tag ball is a sport that is played on a curved table. You can use any part of the body but your hands.
It's kind of like a ping pong table, but it's a little bit curved to allow for like more rallies with a bigger ball. It's basically ping pong and soccer mixed together.
You can play it as a singles or doubles. The idea is to hit the other side of the table, and each side has an opportunity to touch the ball 3 times. Failing to retrieve the ball within those 3 touches, other side gets a point.
To be able to play something like that, like so casually and effortlessly without needing like a big field or anything was great. And also the added like complexity of having to abide by ping pong rules was really fun.
Back in 2023, there was some communications between Tech Ball USA and Parks and Recreation staff. The idea was not only to bring something new to the community, but also an opportunity for Tech Ball USA to grow the sport. So they decided to donate 2 tables for us. One is at Olson Park, the other one is here at Fuller Park. We chose these locations because this is where we have our premier soccer fields.
This is like perfect because it's super low commitment. You can just walk up to the park with a ball and just play with each other. And I know some friend groups like mine are like super competitive, and this is like something perfect for that.
For 20 years, the Bryant Community Center has enhanced the quality of life in Ann Arbor. The facility is owned by the City of Ann Arbor's Parks Department and operated by Community Action Network, CAN, allowing the city to share its space, and in return, CAN provides community support. CAN partners with children, youth, and families from under-resourced Washtenaw County neighborhoods to create better futures for themselves and improve the communities in which they live. The Bryant Community Center hosts a food pantry, academic achievement, and life skill enrichment programs, in addition to a variety of other services for eligible families. The site is available for receptions, special events, and meetings. For more, visit a2gov.org/parks.
And welcome back, everybody, to CTN Sports Game of the Week here on River Rats, up 14-0 at home. Little Neil Diamond going on in the stands with the Rhythm Rats.
Where's the Renegade, people? Pump us up. Neil Diamond?
Yeah, come on. Everybody loves Neil Diamond.
For the 4th quarter?
It gets these guys going, apparently.
Rhythm Rat Band, we got to have a talk.
They know buttons to push. Willis once again running for his life, and the Eagles do a great job of bringing him down. I will say that that's something that the Eagles, these last 7-8 plays, have been able to do. They've been able to bottle up Brendan Willis.
Yeah, and Belishovich. Let's take a look, though, at the play in the 3rd quarter that had you and I talking. There's a ball that comes right back up to Willis, and man, did he get some wood laid on him in his head.
Extremely fortunate that that ball bounced and came right back to him.
A little bit of basketball.
Extremely unfortunate that he got hammered.
Yeah. And now the beginning, the first play of the 4th, and you're talking about the defense. Just this is the type of defense that I was witnessing when I was watching them, the Eagles against Saline.
And there's Willis, jailbreak over the player's pass, and he's got nobody in front of him. Perfectly executed play, toss, touchdown for the River Rats.
That was just pure execution on a screenplay. Love the screenplay, but you got to watch how Willis dekes everybody to come towards him. And then he just drops this ball softly over the top for the touchdown. But look at the escort service to the end zone.
Great block up front there, and all of those players have got a man blocked out front. You're right. I mean, he turned, and you knew he was going to make it because they were pushing just everything open for him.
Yeah, and that was just an easy run for 32 going in for the score. And you could see it from this wide angle. Even behind the play, you saw blocks going in on the action, and that's something we hadn't seen from the River Rats all night.
No, a very different play, but still that calm composure in the backfield for the Blues.
He, I think, is like the medicine for this offense because he's really calmed all their ills down. When he came back out there, it seemed to be like everything, even the student section, they're like, yeah, Brandon's out there. B-Dub's out there.
Right,
He's
feeling
gonna
good.
get us. Taking us to the promised land.
Yeah, they're feeling so good they play some Neil Diamond. Feeling so good, just jamming out to Sweet Caroline.
Neil Diamond. I mean, some grandparents don't even remember Neil Diamond.
I mean, you can't argue with results.
Well, of course.
They were rocking Sweet Caroline.
And then
they score. These two things are clearly connected.
Yeah, could be, or the blocking.
All right, 11:06 to go here in this one. Catch the replay.
Oh, this is a different angle here from a field view, and you can see all of these blocks and nobody even playing two-hand touch.
Yeah, you said he was. Oh, does he give him a little bit at the end? Give the little guy. Oh, and then he got.
Did he get
hammered? He did.
Oh my goodness.
He did. After getting a little love from the touchdown score, some other random comes in and just smacks into him. AJ Bailey gives that kid the business.
I hope he knows him.
Not that kid's Sports Center highlight that he wanted.
Now another flag on this play. The kickoff being kicked out of bounds, so it'll give a good field position for the Eagles. Boy, this game really turned fast, Nick. I mean, the Eagles really right up until the final play of the first half were in a ball game. But then you see number 3 trot out there for the River Rats. And it's just been a different story.
Yeah, and it has been. I mean, the River Rats have put together some sustained drives, but it has been those big splash plays, which are the bane of any coordinator and coach's life. Just those big plays that happen when you throw your hands up and you say, come on, if we could have done this or stopped this or even just one less block, we get him. I mean, because we've seen them at points contain Willis.
But it was a double whammy, too. When you go 3 and out or, you give the ball right back to them and plus field position, Huron just took advantage of him on that last possession.
Skadson now. Rightly gets the ball to Neal. Neal makes that first man miss. Another broken tackle, continues to gather the yak, doing a great job, but couldn't quite get to the first down.
Yeah, but you can't fault Neal on that play there. I got to love the way that he is fighting for every inch for his squad, and there's no quitting that kid.
Yeah, and I really like that play. They're not trying to go deep downfield to Neal. They're trying to get him the ball, ensure that he has it in his hands, and maybe make something happen. Picked up 5. Second and short now. Playbook wide open for the Eagles. Skadson from the shotgun. Looks right, looking at his man, looks at Schlecht all the way. Schlecht trucks somebody, shoulder down.
Oh, look at this here. Look at this here. Wait, he took one for the team there, the little kid. Ouch.
I mean, and that's such a rude awakening, right? Because he just got nuts from the touchdown score. He loves it. And then somebody who was not even aware of his existence comes and slams into him.
That's what you get for playing on the sideline, kid.
Unfortunate. Right, Mom will be like, told you.
Yeah.
Told you don't hang out in the corner there. I hope the Nux was worth it. And he'll be like, yeah, was. First and 10, Skadson now. Time in the pocket for a change. Sidearms that one low.
No one was over there, though. That was pretty much well covered there by
McBride was down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a rare instance where Skedson had a little bit of time to make something happen, and I wonder if it's because there were so many dudes backed up, right? If they were in a prevent type defense, that's why nobody was in on him, but nobody open.
Yeah, and we said this before. Huron is loaded with a bunch of athletes, so they're definitely going to be playing 6-7 deep right now and putting everything in front of them. See it right there, how they're deep on the back right there, back in, everything in front.
Yep.
Oh, wish he would have threw the ball away earlier.
Yeah, Skedson threw that one wisely away, and I mean, maybe that's the lesson, right?
He learned.
Right, exactly right. That first half, he might not have been throwing the ball away when he needed to. That time, he recognized immediately, nothing doing here. Let's just chuck it out. That one came in, and he hit the flag, dude. I don't know if he wasn't looking, but he popped him right upside the head.
Out here, man.
Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel down there. Chain gang. Hope those guys are getting paid well.
Yeah, free hot dog.
Yeah, maybe some Kona Ice. Next week, they'll get
Next week,
IOU Kona
Ice. Hasn't been seen. Oh, boy.
There's Skedson tries to bring that one back with another possibly RPO situation.
Yeah, that's again, you said the thing last comment. A lot of learning lessons going on right now for Skedson. And this one, you probably want to get it out. You see, he was taking too long to read. The defensive end, number 55, had his eyes on him the entire time. And he really just didn't have a good play there. Should have probably gave it to the running back.
Yeah, I wonder if Skedson thought he saw something upfield, but like, I'm going to hold this and maybe chuck it down to whoever it might be. Probably Neal, but I don't know. But Starkweather seemed like he could have picked up a few, but the Eagles now with a monumental 4th and 11 in front of them on their own 50.
And they're probably going to be looking at the bottom of the screen. Here it is.
Skedson now tries to find his man cutting up the middle. Andre Neal just a little bit behind him though.
Yeah, and you know, check out this throw here. Kind of looking a little bit Matt Stafford-ish coming up under, and he had a window there. It was the second time that I've said this, he rushed the throw. If he takes his time a little bit right there, he's got a big window there that was opened up.
The problem with that, though, and I think is the problem why he had to throw it sidearm, he had that big lineman in front of him. So he was trying to not only go around him, but try to thread a needle to Neal, and ended up throwing it behind him. I think from this angle on replay. So take it for what it's worth. But that was kind of what
I like what you're saying there, because it's a difficult throw. But if he does make that completion, it looked like there was going to be a first down.
Yeah. River Rats back on offense. They've been comfortable in this position so far in the second half since Brandon Willis has been out there.
And Darkins is in the backfield now with Willis. Haven't said his name before.
Willis taking it nice and slow initially before he turns on the jets, goes upfield, grabs the first down.
Yeah, and Willis on this play had no one shadowing him. And after what he's been able to do on all of these runs, you would think the outside linebacker, who had eyes on him to begin with, but he turned. He turned and went back and played defense, and that's where Willis just smartly turns upfield, north and south. Not a big guy, Willis.
No. No, not a big kid by any means, but he's playing big. He runs through the middle with reckless abandon.
Definitely a leader of this team.
Well, it's now Aaron Darkins, as you correctly identified, in the backfield with him. Gets a snap, looking left the whole way. Low pass down to Molnar again.
Yeah, and that ball was just flicked out there. Just Willis did not have good footwork. You can see here, did not follow through and step to the receiver, and his feet kind of got stuck up underneath him. I know he wants that one back.
Yeah, I think you're right. His footing wasn't quite right, and something might have been rushed just a little bit. Well, lucky for him, he's got a few more downs to make something happen here.
And there's Darkins right up the center, a gap.
Aaron Darkins, number 8.
And how did they get through here with Wormsley right in the middle? They ran away from him.
They ran away from him. They double teamed, they pushed him, they pancaked him a bit, and then went to the left. And a little bit of misdirection up front there, I think, is what did it for Darkins.
Yeah, and always it's going to be some handsy play down in there, and it could have been called on that play as well, too.
All right, 3rd and short. Willis grabs a slow snap, hands it off to Darkins. Darkins makes a couple of guys miss and falls forward for the first down. And man, these River Rats just showing you so many different players in the second half. The playbook has really been opened up, and it's just a big party, communal. Everybody gets in there.
And let's just see this. Wow, look at 64. Big hold on there, Wormsley there. And that's one way of opening a hole, right?
Yeah. Hold, well, I mean, again, hold. And that's going to be, sadly, to Wormsley's detriment probably for the rest of his career in high school.
Oh, yeah.
He's just so big, you're going to get, they're not going to call that. 7:24, clock continues to run after that River Rat first down.
And you can see the offense is putting it in second gear now. They're slowing it up.
Willis now looks left, sidearm toss just off the hands of Angelo Rivera. Rivera has been this close
on a couple
so many times tonight.
And this is another good ball thrown to his left as Willis. Watch him set his feet this time. Got a good throw on that and put it where only his man can catch that ball. He needs to come down with that.
Yeah, that was a great throw from top to bottom. You're right. The mechanics got there that time, put exactly where he wanted to be. And Rivera, I mean, he had a man on his back, but he had the correct position as well. Clock stops running now.
You know, I would have like maybe 4 people following Willis because he is so dangerous.
Well, they're playing, what, 4-4-2 right there. They've got 4 guys on the line. They've got 4 linebackers. At least one of them is a spy, right? Willis, lots of time, throws into the middle, cut
Bailey
up the middle one more time. A.J. Bailey with the reception, and just another receiver found by Willis.
Yeah, and again, look at the placement of this ball. It's such a catchable ball. He throws it right into the breadbasket, and I mean, it's the timing of that play. It looks like a 7-on-7 play.
Yeah, the timing was perfect. He comes in with that curl, and of course he's going to turn it upfield and get a few extra yards just because of the excellent execution.
Love it.
Throw and catch. First down, goal to go for the Rats from the 8-yard line. Hand off to the right, Darkins. Gets past the line of scrimmage.
He's close.
Nearly
He's really
falls
close
into the end zone.
Love that shot because you could see it from that angle there. He was almost in.
Number 6, Jake.
You could probably put that play on rewind.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that was Barents, not Darkins. Barents back into that.
That 6 and 8 does look similar.
I have no excuse. I really thought it was an 8. Yeah, Barents should hopefully get a little bit more love down in the red zone here. He's been a workhorse all night. He's had some plays down on defense.
And Huron again, no hurry. They can take this one all the way down. And they'll know when there's 10 seconds left. There is now because the back judge has his hand up.
There's the handoff into Barents, spins around, breaks the plane, scores without going down, and the River Rats have a route going on right now.
Yeah, big hit in the backfield there. Looks like Carradine had him, but didn't wrap up on that play. And Barents just walked right in. Didn't have much to go, but watch this hit come into the play and just not a wrap-up.
Yeah, put a body on him, but it almost feels like he didn't even try to put an arm on him. Just tried to body him.
Yeah.
And as the River Rats wait for another player to come in,
I think that both squads need to work on their special teams. You know, Friday or Thursday before the game day, you call out the teams. Special teams run out, kicking team run out.
Yes, seemed like it was a little bit of confusion there for the Rats. Nonetheless,
I mean, we do that. You know, we meet up.
Oh, yeah,
get
we meet
in the
up on
huddle before
Thursdays.
the game.
Yeah,
We're like,
sure,
camera
we do
1,
that.
you go over there. Camera 2, over there. Break.
Rob Cross down in the truck just calling them out one at a time. 1, go. 3, go. 2, focus. White balance, white balance. I can hear him. I can hear him. He's too busy polishing his graphics on Thursday. He can't be yelling at camera, guys.
Or
he doesn't
making
have time
keys.
for that.
He does graphics and keys very well.
He does. He's multi-talented. Versatile is that Rob Cross. He'd be a two-way player. He'd be considered a two-way player down there.
I think 3-way too. He probably was on the kicking squad.
Saying a lot of good things about our director, Rob Cross, down there. Got to talk about everybody that makes this broadcast happen on camera, just soaking up the beautiful Michigan weather. Got Rich Mitch Mazer down there, Ryan Smith and Jackson Gorland, and on audio replay, Mo the Key Master El Masri.
All right, we tried to post it right up to the kickoff. Looks like an offsides there on Huron. Number 7 was way offsides. The official put his flag right back in his pocket.
Did you see him go for it and then jam it back down like he thought about it and then said, nah.
If we
That's
had
okay.
that
Let's
on
keep this going.
a widescreen, I mean, and we've been talking about the officials all night long, but we had a perfect view of number 7 at the bottom of your screen. That's a little bit too fast, guys. We re-racked that one. You might be able to see it, but the official grabbed in his pocket, and then he just did the old nah.
You think it was like the OK Corral? He thought about drawing and then like, nah, I choose peace tonight.
Great job by that defense today.
Boy, what happened to the fans in the stands over there for the River Rats? They're clearing the band.
Well, a lot of them was the band, right?
Okay.
Like a healthy portion of those bleachers was the band, and they're down near the end zone side.
Whoa.
Sparse.
Yeah. That looks like 2,000 students.
But they've got extra elbow room now. You got to pay extra for that, guy.
Timeout.
And we got a timeout. I think they called timeout Eagles.
Yeah, and
Eagles want to go in and really make sure that this next series goes to plan.
Yeah, and you know what? You can't fault Coach Smith for doing that. I mean, there's been some little things here and there. Still got a young QB up under the center that he's trying to bring up too. So don't allow this game to end on a bad note. Let's end on a high note. Let's get a couple first downs, guys. Let's execute against some live competition and put some good tape out there.
Yeah, multiple times tonight we've talked about from different people teaching moments, right? And this is definitely going to be one of those. You know, we've talked about Coach Smith and his experience as a coach in Ann Arbor and how he has molded teams, and this is where things will go from here. You're right. And maybe you're looking at trying to get some plays to a different wideout.
It could
not that there's anything wrong with going to Andre Neal, but you've got other players out there, and expanding that playbook or expanding those looks goes a long way.
Well, because you know people are watching this game, other teams, so you don't want them to just scout number 12. You want them to have eyeballs on somebody else because you never know who or what number you want to call if you're Coach Smith on the sideline.
And that's a handoff to Mickey. He initially tried to go right, cut it back to the left. Not much of an improvement to that left side. Got a few yards out of it, though.
Yeah, and you could see there was a little bit of confusion in the backfield on that handoff. It wasn't really clean. Looks like the quarterback needed to get a little bit out of the way there.
It wasn't clean, but the blocking up front was actually pretty darn good. Like, they had some openings for him. But just it felt like because of that mild confusion in the backfield, he just wasn't in the correct position.
That timing is off.
.450 now to go in this one. River Rats commanding 28-0 lead. Isaac Skadsum. Sidearm throw into the middle of the field. Nice catch and run there to Joseph Green. They're calling a catch. Great job by Green coming down with that one, shaking a couple of tackles, then getting up after a tough one.
Bochenik, number 5 for the River Rats, comes in, and I think he helps out on the catch here. Because watch Green here, he's bobbled, and Bocinic just puts the ball right into his belly.
It went into his belly, but it looks like it's on his belt, basically, by the end of it.
check out this.
Unbelievable
It's
job of
popped out.
sticking with that.
And if it's not for the Huron defender, that's an incomplete pass.
Yes, completely right. Well, Green will take it. This offense will take it.
Exactly.
Maybe a bounce going their way. Maybe an entire drive
Go
going
right
their way.
back to it?
Another one, almost the exact same play, and they're going to call pass interference. That's pass interference.
And the official from the back judge, he's a slow flag grabber. He looked over to his other official, and then he was like, "Oh, you throwing the flag? I'm gonna throw my flag too, guys."
Are you affected by slow flag grabbing?
Watch this.
We've got.
Watch this. He looks over to.
But he was thinking about it. He was looking around like, "Oh, you too? Okay, me too."
Anybody else gonna call this? Watch here. We can see on the replay here. He grabs his flag. He knows it's a penalty, but he has to wait till the other flags come in. Oh yeah, I feel good. I feel good. I'm safe now. Have we talked this much about officials ever?
No, and that's a problem, right? Like that's not what we want to talk about.
They're sticking out.
That's also
They
the
really
problem.
are. I would rather not say anything about them.
All right, the Eagles moving along now for another 1st and 10 for them. One of their better drives so far this game. Definitely one of their better drives this half. Skadsum, high arcing pass. But I just don't think that Green was ready for that one. But we do have one more flag down by the 20.
Yeah,
Surely a hold.
Well, you know what they're doing, right?
Pass interference.
This
can't be makeup for everything.
They're evening this out. They're evening it out all of the bad calls that they missed in the first half.
I mean, that was clearly a pass interference. They're going to call it right there. 17-on-17 violence. But this is just the absolute worst time to make up, right? Can I get some makeups when it's not 28-0?
I would agree with you. I mean, but these penalties,
makeups are great, and if you owe it to me, cool. But could you have done this a quarter ago?
Wow.
8 minutes ago?
And now what you're seeing, right? First team here on defense trotting back out there on the field. We want to have this shutout on our books.
I was going to live on YouTube for till end of time. You want that shutout. Skadsum now 2 to his left, 1 to his right. He's been before this drive started, I said let's look to other players, and Green has really been his go-to. That one's on the turf. Skadsum wisely picks it up, makes a move for it. Stripped at the 30 by a man on his knees. Heads up play by that D lineman.
That is the epitome of the Eagles night right there. I mean, first bad snap. Smart play by the QB to just scoop and run. And somebody from the backside just sticks his arm in there and gets this causes the fumble and recovers it. It's not 55, Warner. Is it 50? Yeah, it is. Oh, man, he wants his name on a key.
Great play.
Wow,
great heads-up play of just knowing exactly where the ball carrier are.
And just like we were saying, the Eagles were putting together a nice drive, something that they could look at on film and build on, right? And then that happens. And this is the epitome of their night. Willis is out there, so they got the first team offense. At least quarterback.
Willis under center, I formation. Hands that one off. David Haight. Haven't seen him yet tonight, and that's just another running back for the River Rats.
Athlete U. I mean, it seems like Huron just continually brings in people, and maybe this is why they're so good on that basketball court playing defense. I mean, they have some great athletes out here, and they're just Coach Love is just running them out there on the field.
Looks like gives him the low 5 as he checks back in. He's got his play.
Out there now. I'm sorry about that. Lockridge, another running back that we haven't seen. Number 29, he's going to go split out. Kind of the same play.
Darkins there.
And this is just getting blown up before it gets going. Wow, big hit there. I thought it was carrying, but that was going to be 70 on that play.
Yeah, that's a quality effort from Rice Heyman right there. He never gave up on that play. He pushed through that, waited for that player to get to him,
Took on the
still
block.
made the tackle.
Yeah, just attack the block, and then he goes back and makes the tackle. Above average play.
River Rats now 3rd and 5. They'd love to get this first down and then just run the clock out here.
Yeah, one more first down to do it.
Slow count. Willis gets it, looks right, finds his man, has him, hits him. That's going to be first down, River Rats. Great timing, great patience getting that ball to A.J. Bailey for first down.
The coaches wouldn't allow their quarterback to put that ball in the air on that play, but a lot of confidence that Coach Love has in this kid here. And I tell you, Willis does not disappoint. He's probably the #1 quarterback in the city right now, just because of how long he's played and how well he's played.
Yeah, this game definitely turned at halftime. I don't think anybody will dispute that. And the Eagles just had a really hard time catching up on everything that he does, spreading the ball around, making time for himself, running when he needs to, running when it's designed.
And the confidence that he brought to the field for the other players, because everybody else stepped up. The blocks were a little bit more crisp. The route running was better. Everything improved when #3 walked out on the field.
And they're going to tackle that one behind the line of scrimmage. 1:20 to go, and that will continue to drop down. 1:15 to go here in this fourth quarter.
And take a look at this replay once again, and just a big tackle in the backfield there by Velishevich coming in and stopping that play. And just another running back that we haven't talked about, 32. I mean, Huron just continually brings out running back after running back after running back, and they just, I don't know. The stable is always full for the Rats. And now we're down to 44 seconds. This will probably be the last play, because after this, they will not have to snap it again. All those players in the backfield, you think it's probably just going to be a knee. Willis looking to see, and of course there's going to be a penalty. Looks like somebody shuffled their feet up front, and we're going to get a false start. Either way, that should have been the last play anyway. And kind of a good storyline, right? To see the officials one more time toss a flag in the air. I mean, they must have an ear bug, and they wanted to get a little bit more CTN Game of the Week FaceTime. Or maybe it was an official that hadn't thrown a flag before. Either way, that will do it. And Willis throwing the ball. Wow. What is going on with that play call? That's not something that you really want to see at this juncture in the game. You want to take a knee. We've seen this before for crosstown rivals, where they start throwing the ball when they have no need to do this. But you got to display some good sportsmanship too. Willis comes to the sideline. He's done enough. He doesn't have to add to the stat line, of course. .25 seconds remaining on the clock. Game was really close all the way up until, let's say, mid-second quarter. And then there was an interception that went back, and that's what put the River Rats up. And then a big turnover. The big turnover really put the Eagles behind the 8 ball, because that was what really put the River Rats ahead. And then in the second half, you had #3 come out onto the field. And when #3 came out onto the field, it was just a done deal. So let's take one more look at this last replay here. And that'll be Lockridge. I told you we had one more running back that we had to talk about. Lockridge on the play. Clock goes to 0. And we will take ourselves a very short break and catch back up on the flip side with Nick as he gets our key player of the game. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
CTA and Yoga Studios.
Electric atmosphere down here at Holloway Field. River Rats doing a really good
Here it
job
comes.
of having
Here
those
comes
players
7.
out front. And here comes Lamb with it. Cuts through 2 players. Whistle.
We're going to get a penalty shot now.
From the 8-meter arc, number 7, Maggie Lamb.
This is exactly who we were talking about. This is exactly who you want to have the ball if you're the Pioneers. And it's the last person you want to have it in their cross if you're Huron.
We can see her. She's anxious. She's ready to go.
Sophie Lee, stone-like waiting. Gets low, but that one finds the net. Maggie Lamb, one more time, wins this one. Gets the good guys home victory. Triple overtime sudden death. Maggie Lamb, can't say enough about it.
More than a little bit of commotion down here on the field with the key player, Brandon Willis, and their entire team is geeked for you down there. This is a team win. Tell me first about the defense playing for you.
Defense, they're amazing. They got stops, goose egg, as you can see. You know, they've been playing their hearts out all season, and it shows. It shows on the scoreboard.
And as a QB, you got everybody involved tonight. You had time back there, but you were spreading the ball around. Tell me about your other key players out there.
Other key players, Angelo Rivera, our running back, Jaden Barrett. There's a lot. I could keep going, but yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was you coming in that second half, and you were really the catalyst. What were you thinking as you got in and you said, all right, we're up by 7, but it needs to be more?
It needs to be more. We just had to move the ball, play together. We knew what we could do. They were struggling in the first half. We come out, next thing you know, we just dominate.
Dominant win for the Rats here from Huron. Kev, back to you.
Bank Stadium, you can see our key player of the game down there, Brandon Willis, definitely a difference maker in the second half. When he came out onto the field, the River Rat entire team played different. You can see them in the background there. Folks, gotta say a big shout out to all of our cameramen, the folks in the truck. They did an outstanding job. And from Riverbank Stadium, until we see you again on CTN Sports Game of the Week, for Nick Wisniewski, I'm Kevin Bryant. Have a good evening, folks.